Alright, so at the end of this video you should have a good idea about how to do these steps in percent composition. Remember, percent composition is where we're looking at what is the part divided by the whole, and then we'll multiply that by 100%, or 100 to get our percent. So our formula will be part, whoops, let me change my color here, part divided by whole, and multiplied by 100 will give you your percent composition. Now we're going to be doing percent composition by mass, so we're going to need the masses for all these things. So you'll need a periodic table to help you out here, and I'm going to take a pause here and I'm going to grab a picture of a periodic table so I can pull them up and we can look at them together. Alright, so I've got my periodic table here. So the question is, what is the percent of oxygen in magnesium oxide? So magnesium oxide is going to look something like this. We've got an atom of magnesium, and we've got one atom of oxygen. But it's not going to be 50% because we're really looking for the percent composition by mass. So we're going to need to use our periodic table to look up what are the masses of magnesium and oxygen. So I'm going to write the magnesium down, and I'm going to write down oxygen. We're also going to need to find the molar mass because we can't find the whole unless we know what the total is for these two elements. So this is going to be the same thing we've done before when we're finding the molar mass. So I'm going to go ahead and flip back to this one. We've got one magnesium and it was 24.30, so we're going to multiply those together. I have one oxygen atom, and I've got that one memorized, and you probably do too at this point. One oxygen atom is 16.00. So I'm going to add these up together. I'd multiply 1 times 24.30, of course, is 24.30. And then 1 times 16 is 16. So let's add these up together. And you're going to get a total mass for the whole thing of 40.30. And that's going to be grams because we're dealing with a molar mass. So there's our whole. So the amount of magnesium we had was 24.30. The amount of oxygen is 16.00. Now, the only part we care about in this question is we need to find out what is the percent of oxygen. So it's going to be 16 because that's the whole amount of oxygen I had. And that'd be grams, divided by 40.30 grams times 100, and we'll put that in the calculator. 16 divided by 40.30 equals times 100, and your answer is going to be 39.70. I'm going to use 4 significant figures, percent, and that would be my final answer for this question. Let's go ahead and drop down and do number 2 also. What is the percent of carbon in Ca? And then notice we've got parentheses and we've got this. So we haven't done naming compounds, so I'm going to try to avoid just spitting out the names. This compound, doesn't matter what it's called. So the first thing we have to do is to find the molar mass. So calcium, we have 1 atom of calcium. For carbon, we've got 2 times 2, so we've got 4 atoms of carbon. For hydrogen, we have 3 times 2, so we have 6. Then for oxygen, we have 2 times 2, which gives us 4. So now I need to use my periodic table to find out the masses of each of these, the individual, off my periodic table. Oops, and I shouldn't have put equal signs. Let me just back that up. Sometimes it's hard to talk and write at the same time. Let me go ahead and find those masses. So calcium. And I put it in the wrong spot. I am batting a bazillion today. Carbon. Hydrogen, well, I got that one memorized, 1.01. Oxygen, I have that one memorized, 16. Now, you can notice that I've got all these different numbers here, so I really am going to calculate these and get a final total. So calcium is 40.08 because it's times 1. My carbon is going to be 4 times 12.01. That's going to give me 48.04. 6 times 1.01 is going to be 6.06. And 4 times 16 is 64. I'm going to add these all up to get my total. So 64 plus 6.06 plus 48.04 plus 40.08 equals a whopping 158.18 grams per mole. Now I'm ready to find out my answer. So the one I'm looking for is I'm looking for carbon. My total amount of carbon was 48.04 divided by my total 158.18 grams times 100. Put those in the calculator. So 48.04 divided by 158.18 equals times 100. That's going to give you a percentage of 30.37. And again, I'm going to use 4 significant figures because that was the lowest one in my number, and that's going to be percent of carbon. There you have it. Hopefully that was enough of an example for you to go ahead and try these problems on your own. Periodic table here, and I can see that the magnesium is 24.30. Calcium's right here, 40.08. Carbon's right there, 12.01.